Hey, how's it going, Virgo? It's your boy MTownTarot here to do your general reading for the month of May. Spirit and guides, we welcome you into this reading. Please give us the most relevant messages and the most relevant advice concerning Virgos. And we thank you in advance for getting my personal opinions and biases out of the reading. All right, so let's get right to it, Virgo. We're going to do something a little different this time around. I'm going to do a Celtic cross, see what the cards have to say, clarify if we need to, and then as always, get you some advice. All right, so what's going on in the present energy of Virgo? Virgo, what's in the current present energy for our Virgos? Your present energy is the Four of Cups. So some of you may have been presented or currently being presented with an offer at this time, but it doesn't look as if you are pretty much interested in that cup. If you notice down there, there's a hand offering a cup, but this young lady is kind of looking over towards the Three Cups over in that area. So maybe Spirit, the universe, or maybe even a person or someone is trying to offer you something, but at this time you're not really interested. Let's see what the immediate challenge is for Virgo. Okay, two cards. All right, so the first is the Three of Swords, and that speaks of heartbreak, that speaks of betrayal, that speaks of mental anguish in regards of that. Could also mean that there could have been some type of third party there. In the distant past, looks like you ended some type of cycle, and that could have been in regards to love. This particular cycle, of course, was divinely guided, by the universe. And that's not always, a pleasant thing to go through. But nevertheless, is always for, our highest good. And we'll, kind of realize that maybe later after the smoke clears. In your recent past, we have the Chariot. That's swift, fast action. That also represents the sign of Cancer. So some of you may have been dealing with the Cancer. Whatever this new, well, I won't say new beginning, but this end of the cycle that happened with Virgo, it happened pretty fast, pretty swiftly. And that may be what caused, the heartbreak or the betrayal. What's the best outcome for Virgo in this situation? The Queen of Pentacles. Embracing your authentic power, Virgo. The Queen of Pentacles is someone that is very down to earth. It is someone who does not make a lot of emotions based off of a lot of decisions based off emotion, but off of good grounded facts. Her feet are planted firmly on the ground, and she's very much in control. This is someone who's motherly, who's a nurturer. I mean, this is you, Virgo. That's the best outcome, standing in your power. What's coming up in the immediate future for Virgo? Three of Wands. So some of you may kind of be at that stage where you're kind of going back and assessing everything. Some of you are feeling that because you just ended this cycle, that you kind of feel intuitively or instinctively that there's some type of reward coming because you possibly passed this test and completed this cycle. So you're kind of waiting, you know, on your ships to come in. But as I say that, I go back to this Four of Cups energy where the ship that you're looking to come in may very well be there, but you're kind of maybe not able to see it because of the betrayal that is going on with you right now, or the heartache or the heartbreak. All right. What factors are affecting this situation? What factors are affecting this situation for Virgo? Let's see. The Lovers. So some of you may have just ended a cycle with the Karmic. And for those of you who are not familiar with Karmics are similar to soulmates, but they are not the happily ever after, you know, ride off into the sunset type of soulmates. A lot of times it feels like that in the beginning. It's very passionate. It kind of feels familiar and like home. But there's usually a lot of, I don't know, it's kind of like a buzzword, toxicity in there. But it's not necessarily, it can be toxic, but all of that is there. All of those things are triggered up in you to kind of learn lessons from. And so some of you were dealing with a karmic situation, and you ended that cycle and you learned lessons there. And this is what's currently affecting your current situation of possibly feeling betrayal or heartbreak. And what external influences do we have for our Virgos affecting this situation? The Knight of Wands. So this is my card for like, maybe this karmic was probably like a playboy type. Maybe it's definitely a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is also kind of like my fuckboy card. You know, someone who kind of hangs out with their wangs out, a lot of passion, charming, maybe very attractive, but not really just as fast as this person came in, especially with this Chariot here. When I spoke about something was fast, this was probably a passionate beginning that started off with a bang, and just as fast and quickly as it started, it was over with, you know, just as fast. What are your hopes and fears in this situation? Hopes and fears for Virgo in this situation. I'm gonna take the top card. The Tower. So you're hoping that your life changes for the better, but you're also scared that this situation, that you'll possibly never come back from it. For some of you, this situation is making you feel like life is over, maybe not ever wanting to deal with relationships. Some of you are probably feeling at this time that you would never ever get out of this situation. But towers are usually moments that come in where we've kind of built a foundation built off of things that were not solid, and the universe comes in and kind of strikes that tower, and that tower breaks down, And what is rebuilt after that is usually built on a good, solid foundation. So some of you are hoping that your life would change forever for the best, and some of you are thinking that this has to be like the worst thing that has ever happened to you, and you feel that, you know, your life is over. But again, towers don't feel good, and they don't always make you don't always understand like while it's happening, but usually when the smoke clears, you look back and you're usually going to be very grateful that that tower fell. All right, and the final outcome is the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is usually like being overwhelmed in the mind space. But in this particular card, this person is kind of walking away from all of the mental activity, and kind of walking towards the sun. So the final outcome of this is you will get over it. You will get through this. This was divinely guided with, you have the World, which is a major arcana, the ending of cycles. You have the Chariot, which is swift, fast action. You have the Lovers, which is a major arcana, which talks kind of about like soul ties. Some of you may be dealing with someone with dreads or long hair. And of course, you also have the Tower there, which is another major arcana. So all of this looks to be divinely orchestrated. Of course, it may not feel good at this time, but hey, it's working out for you good. And then what card just fell out was Justice. So if this was a karmic situation, and let's say that this person that you were dealing with did something that was really foul, really dirty, and you did, nobody's perfect, so both people have their role in the relationship. But if you did, everything and sowed the right seeds and did what you were supposed to do, you're going to reap those good benefits. And if that person, did some things that were, less than favorable, you best to believe that their justice is coming up too. So overall, crowning this entire reading, this last card that came out, which is not even a part of the Celtic cross, is Justice. So the universe wanted you to take comfort in knowing that, it's all going to work out for your good and in your favor. So let's get some advice for our Virgos. What advice do we have for Virgos? Just hang in there, Virgos. We've all had to go through situations like that. But take it, learn the lesson, drop the energy, leave it, where it is after you learn the lesson. What advice do we have for Virgo? We got the Seven of Swords. We have the Six of Swords. A lot of mental activity. And then we got the Knight of Wands. So Spirit is saying just kind of be careful. Whomever this person is, may try to come back. They may try to smooth talk you, put on their charm, things of that nature. But there's still, there's some deceit there. They're still possibly deceiving you. Spirit is advising that in the mind space, if you can, to if you can kind of learn that lesson and mentally move towards calmer water. Some of you may have children, so some of your focus may be on your children instead of dealing with, whoever this individual is. Some of you may have children with that person, and you're just thinking about, taking your kid and moving on to somewhere that's more grounded and stable for your child, so that they don't absorb all of that negative energy. And we also have the Knight of Wands, which again, the Knight of Wands was part of the external influences, which is fast energy coming in, fast energy coming out. And it looks like you've experienced a lot of fast energy, a lot of change, a lot of endings, a lot of hurt, and a lot of betrayal. So just kind of be careful when it does come to this individual. I'm also picking up that as swiftly as this person came in and swiftly as they ran out and left you in this stage, justice is going to be just as swift for them and for you. So just hang in there. All right, so this reading was kind of heavy, so we're going to try something different. I just got these cards. They're called the Rebel deck. And so there is cussing in there, but it is a little fun, lighthearted type of messages that come here, that come in these cards. So because this reading is kind of heavy, let's just, pull a couple of these just for laughs, okay? This first one says, you need a big fucking hug. Squeeze. Let's see what other messages we have. Ask a fucking expert. Don't rely on your friends or the internet. Listen to a damn professional. So, some of you may want to seek counseling after going through something as tough, as heavy as this. Get some fucking sleep. All right, Virgo. Don't know what happened, but the last card that fell from the Rebel deck was get some fucking sleep. You're being an ass because you're fucking tired. Face the pillow now. So some of you may need some sleep, some rest. A lot of times when your energy's off, you're not feeling very well, a nap. Just never underestimate, the power of a good night's sleep. A lot of times you can wake up and feel refreshed and have, answers to things that were actually bothering you before you went to sleep. So I'm going to pull some affirmators and then we'll go ahead and we'll close the reading out there, Virgo. I appreciate you all who have liked, commented, and subscribed. I am at MTownTarot on all social media platforms as well. And Sanctuary. Good for you. It seems you've earned some time away from the chaos of life. It could be as small as a bubble bath or as big as a trip. Or maybe it's a small trip to a big bubble bath, or a normal sized trip to a tiny bubble bath. Or maybe you tripped and fell in someone's bath. Whatever it is, it's waiting for you with open arms. Just pick your favorite sanctuary and unplug for a bit, especially if a bath is involved. And this is considered a bonus card, so we'll pick one more. So some of you may need to get away, go to a spa, detox in some bath salts, light your candle. All right, Virgo. I don't know why the camera does not want us to be great today, but we're gonna pull this last affirmator and close out your reading. Options. As I open to the abundant possibility of my life's path, I'm reminded that I always have unlimited options. Life is a buffet, and I allow myself to choose whatever makes me happiest without limiting thoughts. And you can put mac and cheese on your baked potato. So again, it's talking about options. It's talking about, there's endless and unlimited, possibilities out there. Just because that particular situation may have not worked out in your favor does not mean that all is lost. So again, I'm going to end it right there. I appreciate you so much for stopping by our channel, Virgo, and check back a little later when I will be posting love readings by the elements. Take care.